Good morning, everyone. Hopefully you're having a wonderful Friday morning. I wanted to come out here today to Piney Run Park early. It's only almost 9:30 in the morning here. It's supposed to be an extremely hot day today. So I wanted to come out and film early. It's supposed to be around 90 degrees here today, unusually warm and humid. So I wanted to come out in the morning and actually film for you guys before it got too hot today. Let me see if I can stabilize my laptop a little bit here. It's kind of shaking as I'm moving. But anyway, I wanted to read to you a couple different paragraphs from two different books today. The Nephilim Among Us from Scott Carpenter, as well as the Sasquatch DNA Study, The Truth Denied by Scott Carpenter as well. Okay. As usual, when I come out here, I want to let you all know that I always pray before I come out. I always trust in the Lord's protection, and I pray before I come out here. So, I quote scripture and pray the Lord's protection over me. But I will be coming out here and enjoying the fall. The leaves have not started to change colors yet for the most part, but I'm looking forward to when that happens. But I wanted to read to you from a couple different paragraphs from these books and bring you out here with me to the park, as well as take you on a couple new trails. Okay, so I have a trail that goes this way and a trail that goes up that way. All right, oh, there's a squirrel. But anyway, I just wanted to bring you out here with me this morning. Again, it's supposed to be very hot and humid today. So I wanted to get out before the weather got too unbearable, too sticky and humid. Okay. So let's delve right into this. All right. So I'm going to be reading a couple of different paragraphs from some chapters I don't believe I've read to you yet. So let me start off right away and delve right in. There's a statement that Scott made. It's a very small statement that he made that I want to read to you about his conclusion that he came to about the Sasquatch being Nephilim beings, okay? And again, this is from The Nephilim Among Us by Scott Carpenter. His YouTube channel, for those of you who are new subscribers, is still up and running. His son, T. Carp, still runs his channel, Scott Carpenter's channel, okay? So I encourage you to tune into it. Scott Carpenter was a born-again Christian. He's home with the Lord now. He passed away about a year ago. But he comes at this topic, as I do, from a biblical, Christian, scriptural worldview. Okay? So I'm not coming at this from a secular worldview. Okay, I want to establish that right now. So welcome to the channel. If you're into the Sasquatch, Bigfoot topic, I believe they are Nephilim. I believe they are modern-day Nephilim or Nephilim descendants. I believe they are a hybrid offspring in these last days before Christ returns. I truly do. So let me read to you a statement that Scott made, all right? Before I do that, if you, again, you know I always start my videos off by saying this. If you notice anything odd, anything strange around me, let me know. I'm also going to be using my cell phone. I have a selfie stick now, and I'll be using it as I take you on some trails with me this afternoon before it gets too hot, and you can let me know what you see there. The last video I did, a subscriber found an arch with what appeared to be a partially cloaked being, as well as a set of stairs, wooden stairs that I panned around with my phone and noticed, and with the naked eye I saw nothing. However, when the film was uploaded, a subscriber told me that he found, actually two brothers told me they found a being crouched there looking at me. Now, I sent that particular picture not only to a couple of my sons, but also to my friend Kristine, who lives in the mountains of Pennsylvania, and she told me she saw it as well. But I thank you for your prayers for my protection. I'm going to enjoy this park, all right? I'm not going to stop coming, and I'm not going to be afraid to come and enjoy the outdoors. You know, God gave this to me to enjoy, so I'm going to enjoy it, okay? So let's go ahead and delve into this. Let me know if you see anything unusual, okay? Conclusions, Scott said. Now, I'm going to be reading excerpts from you, so this may not be, fluent as far as in order, but I'm just reading different statements to you that stood out to me from his books. I have come to the conclusions, Scott says, concerning the true identity of the Sasquatch/Bigfoot, from considering the following, and he has bullet points here. First bullet point, my personal experience and observation of the creature and the abilities it possesses. So he had enough personal experiences with these creatures to understand their abilities and the abilities that these creatures possessed. Bullet point number 2, video footage. Scott has plenty of video footage and picture footage of these beings. point here, the results of the DNA study, which I went over with you in a previous video that he did with Dr. Melba Ketchum and others, okay? He collected blood samples, saliva samples, hair samples that I've read to you from the other book, The Truth Denied, the Sasquatch DNA study. And because I had a subscriber ask me where did he get these samples from, and I explained that in a previous video. He ended up getting blood samples, flesh samples, hair samples, saliva samples, and hair samples, okay? His other bullet point, research of eyewitness encounters. So he also interviewed people that had encounters. So, he was good friends with David Paulides. He interviewed other people that had encounters. I think Steve Isdall is another one that he had spoken to about this. I think Steve Isdall runs a channel where he allows people to write into them their experiences that they've had with these beings. So Scott had personal experiences with David Paulides and Steve Isdall, okay? So he said he has the research of eyewitness encounters, research of the giants scripturally, the Nephilim scripturally, Satan and the fallen angels, which we have gone over as well on this channel, from Genesis chapter 6, as well as the book of Enoch and the book of Jude. The Lord's half-brother Jude spoke from the book of Enoch. He spoke about the fallen angels committing fornication and having offspring, okay, with the daughters of men. All right, so to me, the book of Jude confirms Genesis chapter 6 and where these Nephilim giants came from. He said his other bullet point here says adherence to rules/laws that apply to only the fallen angels and demons. And now remember in yesterday's video, I went over with you the difference between fallen angels and demons. Okay? Fallen angels are of a different realm or power and principality than demons. Demons are the disembodied spirit. So when the Nephilim died, their spirits that were disembodied became the demons that wandered the earth. And they are different than fallen angels that rebelled against God. Okay? He also studied their genetic origin. So Scott says, so let me go over that again with you real quick. I'm sorry, there's a vehicle driving by not far from me. Wait till it passes. I have come to my conclusions concerning the true identity of the Sasquatch from the following. Personal experience and observation of the creature and the abilities it possesses. Okay, I myself have seen that too. I've seen the orbs. I've seen the creatures, especially in the video that I uploaded the other day, and you guys pointed out to me the creature that was looking at me from those wooden stairs, okay? Video footage he's captured, both front and back cam. The results of the DNA study he did with Melba Ketchum, with the blood and flesh and hair and saliva samples. The research of eyewitness encounters. So he's interviewed people that have had these encounters with these beings. Steve Isdall is one, David Paulides is one, and there are other people as well that have contacted Scott over the years and actually called him and told him about, I think Bobby Short was another one. I think that's her name, Bobby Short. I think Bobby Short and Scott Carpenter were good friends. And Bobby Short apparently had a close relationship with Scott, enough to call him on the phone and discuss with him many personal things that she had witnessed and experienced with the Sasquatch beings. Research of eyewitness encounters. Research of the giants that he did, which we've done here on this channel. The Nephilim, which we've done on this channel. Satan, or I like to call him the enemy. I almost don't even like to call him by that name. And the fallen angels. We've discussed all of that. Adherence to the rules and laws that apply only to fallen angels and demons. Now, I truly do believe that these beings are adhering to spiritual laws right now. Okay, I believe, as L.A. Marzulli does, that these beings will be part of the beasts of the earth that are unleashed on the earth, okay, that will cause men's hearts to fail them for fear. I truly do. And I believe right now they're hiding. I believe that God has not given them permission to truly expose themselves and just manifest themselves all over the world. One day there's a day coming, like the Lord said, where men's hearts will fail them for fear for what is coming on the earth. And I think that these beings are part of that. And he studied their genetic origin. Based on all of the above, I have come to the conclusion, Scott says, that the creature known as Bigfoot/Sasquatch is a descendant of the race of angel/human hybrids known as the Nephilim. okay? And that's what he says here in his book. Now, I want to go on here. There's a quick statement Scott makes about orbs. Now, I've had a few of you email me telling me that you've seen orbs on your property, especially those of you who live in rural areas, okay? That you've seen them on your home cams, your home security cams. You've seen them with the naked eye, and some of you have seen them simply on camera. Now, I've had both experiences where I've seen them with the naked eye. I've shown you the one I filmed. I've also looked out before and not seen anything with the naked eye, but then I see them on film later on, okay, like on a camera, a security cam, okay? So people have been emailing me about these orbs. So I want to read to you a statement that Scott made about these orbs that he experienced on his property. Chapter 15, Unveiling the Truth About Orbs. During my early research, I was ignorant of the true nature of the Bigfoot and the supernatural aspect of the phenomenon. Scott truly did believe that these were just dumb apes. Okay, they were just another type of animal, a dumb ape wandering the woods. Well, we know they're not. Okay, they're half human. Their mitochondrial DNA is from the mother, which is half human, and the nuclear DNA is not in GenBank, which means that makes them a hybrid offspring. So Scott is saying he didn't understand the supernatural phenomenon surrounding these beings right away. Periodically, veteran Bigfoot researchers would send me emails or leave me messages on my YouTube videos. These messages contain warnings that the longer I research, the more likely I am to experience, quote, orbs and other strange events. This warning was not taken seriously by me at first. However, as predicted, the strange encounters became a regular occurrence for me. In August of 2013, I had my first orb experience. Relaxing on the deck after the evening meal, okay, I was enjoying a pleasant evening as dusk was approaching. It was not dark enough for the floodlight. Equipped with both a photocell and motion sensor to activate. While relaxing, I became aware of an unusual sensation as if I was not alone or a presence was nearby. Suddenly, the floodlight on the side of the house activated. I considered the floodlight turning on to be odd, given the ample amount of sunlight that was still available. Having a gut feeling that a presence was near me, I took action by using my iPhone to take pictures. Unaware of where the unseen presence was located, I took pictures around me in a full circle. Let me hold on one second. There's another security guy driving by. Unaware of where the unseen presence was located, I took pictures around me in a full circle, moving approximately 1 foot between taking each photograph. Though I sensed something was moving around me, nothing could be seen with the naked eye. Now, haven't I told you that as well? There have been things I've captured on my cell phone, with my night vision, or even just with regular vision on my phone, okay? Or even as I've been using my laptop filming, that I can't see with the naked eye, okay? That is somehow captured on this laptop or on my cell phone. So our technology is enabling us to do that. So Scott said he could feel a presence, he couldn't see anything with the naked eye, all right? Though I sensed something was moving around me, nothing could be seen with the naked eye. After taking the pictures, I sat quietly as the feeling of the presence gradually went away. Looking at the pictures I had just taken, I discovered quote-unquote white orbs of light flying around in front of me. What is an orb? Scott asks. Personally, I think that the orbs are a supernatural phenomenon. These orbs could be demonic or angelic manifestations appearing in our space-time dimension. The ball of glowing light is how an entity that exists in the spiritual dimension would appear in our four-dimensional existence. The orbs could also be some sort of teleportation technology of angelic beings or the way they travel. And I agree with Scott. I think this is one of the ways they travel. Like I said, when I was taking that picture with my phone that I showed you guys, I was standing on my deck and looking west, taking a picture of the sunset. And an orb just happened to fly by. I mean, there's no way I could have timed that. It was bright. You can't see that on my phone with the pictures I've shown you, how bright it was. But it was fast-moving and it was bright. And there was no way I could have timed that. And I truly believe, okay, that this is one of the ways these beings travel. All right? I agree with Scott on that. It is difficult to make a definitive Conclusion, with the limited knowledge we have concerning orbs. The orbs remain an unsolved mystery for me. Below are the pictures of the orbs moving around me in the sequence they were taken. So what I'm about to show you are pictures that Scott took that evening that he just described to you when he was sitting out on his back porch with his cell phone, okay, of the orbs that he took. He could not see them with the naked eye, but he took these pictures with his cell phone, okay? So what I'm about to show you are these pictures that Scott took, okay, of these orbs, all right? Let's see if you can make these out. But if you can see, they were like whizzing around. Here's another angle, another picture of them. These are pictures of the orbs that Scott took. I think he said some of them were in front of him and some of them were under his deck. Here's a couple more here. Now, I will tell you what these look like, these streaks of white light. I do have a confession to make about this, okay? I was visiting my friend Kristine in Pennsylvania, and this was, I'd say, maybe 6 months ago, and she and I could sense something, all right? We were out on her, actually we were in her living room, and we started sensing something strange. You know how the Holy Spirit will just give you a sensation? You feel like it's like sandpaper rubbing against your soul. Well, my friend and I, Kristine and I, we opened up her front door, and she has a glass storm door in front of her front door. And all we did was open the front door, but we left the storm door closed. Well, she had an infrared motion sensor camera pointing like in the front of her house, like where her front porch was. What was interesting was she could see on her phone that the camera was action motivated. In other words, her phone was alerting her there was motion. But yet when we opened up the door and we were looking right in front of us, like right outside this glass storm door, we saw nothing with the naked eye. However, on her phone, she and I are both standing there going, there's an orb flying around. And we saw this white ball of light just flitting around, even though we could see it on her phone with the sensor from her motion cam, okay, that was looking on her front porch. But with the naked eye, we saw nothing. But it was just flitting around. It almost reminds me of what Scott just described here. It was just flitting around. So, you know, I also saw an episode one time that I will tell you, now this is all my opinion and it's conjecture, so don't take this as fact. I don't know for sure. I happened to watch an episode about a year ago from Expedition Bigfoot, okay, where Bryce, a man named Bryce, was driving down a very dark back road. And as he was driving down this road, he had a dash cam, all right. And on the dash cam, all right, he wanted to see if he could pick anything anomalous up on his dash cam. And what happened was, as he was driving down the road, this ball of light flew across his car. I'd say maybe 100 yards in front of his car. It would just look like a ball of light crossing this dark road. There were no lights on the side of the road. It was just woods on either side on a dark road. So as Bryce is driving down the road, he just sees this ball of light. He hits the brakes and says, whoa, what was that? Well, thankfully, the dash cam recorded it. When he took the video footage back to his main office and uploaded the film and ran it through his different filters and software equipment that he had on his computers, what looked to the naked eye like a ball of light quickly crossing the road, when he slowed this footage down frame by frame, this is what's interesting to me. It looked like, I'll see if I can find you the footage and upload it and play it for you. I'll see if I can find that for you. But when he slowed the footage down frame by frame, it literally showed legs running across the road, not a ball of light. Now, when he was filming initially with the dash cam, it just looked like a quick ball of light going by. However, when he uploaded it, used his software, and went frame by frame, what he saw it was something running across the road in the exact place where that orb flew by. So I was under the impression that these orbs, now this is just my opinion from what I've studied, from what I've seen and what I've experienced, this could be how fast they're actually moving. This is how they may be appearing in our dimension. Okay, to us they may appear like just a ball of light, but really it's them moving very quickly, because when Bryce uploaded this frame by frame, it looked like legs crossing the road, even though in his original dash cam footage it just looked like a quick ball of light crossing that dark street. Now remember the pictures I've shown you recently. In the last few videos I've shown you pictures, okay, of the orbs that I've captured. both in my yard and in Kristine's property. And remember, I told you they look like they had eyes on them. Okay, showed you 2 different orbs, one in my yard, one in Kristine's yard. And to me, they're big balls of light that look like they have eyes on them. Could it be that this is how they travel? I don't know. I'm going based on, I'm leaning in that direction, because when I saw that video footage from Expedition Bigfoot, where Bryce took that dash cam footage of what looked like a ball of light just quickly going across the road, when he, uploaded it, ran it through his software, and did each section of that video frame by frame by frame, you could see legs running across the road. So could it be that these are the Sasquatch and this is how they travel? But they appear in our dimension almost like they're balls of light. Okay, that's just something to consider. Let me see here. I wanted to play you, before I end this video here, I wanted to play you, I uploaded something to the, it's called the Shorts section of the channel. You can click on a link. It's not the community section, it's called the Shorts section of this channel, where I have video shorts. And usually there are videos that have been uploaded that are less than maybe 3 minutes long. Well, this morning I uploaded a video for you it's a trailer called Higher Entities, and it's made by the Fall Brothers, F-A-U-L-L Brothers, and they made a movie in 2019 called Higher Entities. And I put up the trailer to that movie that they did. It's a 2-hour movie called Higher Entities, where I agree with these gentlemen that this needs to be exposed to the body of Christ, because to me it further exposes the lateness of the hour that we are living in. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do is play for you that trailer, if you haven't seen it, in the Shorts section on my channel. All right, there's another security truck driving by, so let me wait 1 second. All right. And I also realized that in a couple of days, we are going to have a blood red moon soon. So, I love to take photography, so I'm going to be trying to get pictures, and I may upload them to the community section for you and try and get pictures of this blood red moon for you guys. I'm really excited to get that. I have a telescope, and there are times I have night vision on my phone, so I want to get out there and get a picture of this. But let me see if I can play this for you. This trailer for Higher Entities. Okay, I hope this comes through for you. Let me see.
They came up with some type of an agreement. It was like a treaty, basically. Some type of an agreement between the American government and this, what they were deeming to be an alien race.
I was aware that we had made a deal that we would give them infrastructure, hiding places, labs, out of the human sight. I've been led privy to things that these people would be killed for if I named them.
It was not only unethical and immoral, but that it was a program that was really connected with the demonic, with satanic forces.
So the Collins elites start to get this information, to start arguing to the point where no. These beings have been summoned demonically through satanic ritual. But there's not a lot of people listening.
These guys, with the resources that the U.S. government has, should have known that. They had access to people who could have told them that. So the question to ask is, why did they come up with the conclusion they did?
Finally, Los Alamos called her, and they said he died in a tragic accident, the details of which cannot be reviewed, and the body cannot be recovered. And that's why I'm telling you, be careful how hard you push, how far you push.
He has witnessed the 10-foot giants and referred to themselves as the Nephilim, said that they were preparing for an intergalactic war with God, and they believed that they were going to win. This goes back to the beginning of civilization. Higher entities have been controlling and manipulating the governments of mankind. There's no evidence that this has stopped.
Okay, so I hope that came through and you could hear that. A couple of the last statements in that trailer where that gentleman said he met the 10-foot giants that were preparing for war with God. This is actually in Revelation, where it says these beings work with the kings of the earth, okay, to make war with Christ when he returns. So this is biblical. This is in the book of Revelation, that these beings are looking to make war with Christ when he returns. Okay? And also, I agree with the last statement that said these beings are working with the governments of the world. Revelation confirms this, that they are working with the kings of the earth to make war with Christ when he returns. It sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's real. It's all real. All right, that's it for now, guys. I'm going to try and get my selfie stick together and take you for a walk on the on different trails. Okay, thank you for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed Scott's reading, and hopefully more to come soon from Piney Run Park. God bless you guys, and keep your eyes on Christ.